Hello everyone, and welcome to, I would say, Fun and Games with Terry, to the channel. It's been a while, and we are almost at 1,000 people. And that's crazy. That is by easiest the largest crowd I've ever been talking to. Well, directly that is. Apparently now, I'm talking to you all indirectly, which works for me. But still, it's a little scary, I have to admit. And at the same time, it's absolutely awesome. So now that we're kind of reaching that point, I figured, well, first of all, welcome everybody who is relatively new here. This channel is mostly at this point about World of Warships Blitz, because that is the mobile game I absolutely play the most. But I do sprinkle in a bit of occasional content here and there as well from other games. And one of the things that I really wanted when I created this channel was, well, first of all, to make it entertaining for everybody, but also to have a good community and to have a group of people who are nice and respectful to each other and who I can have good discussions with, regardless of where they're from or what they look like or, you know, any of those things. So I think that's probably mission accomplished, because I thoroughly enjoy all the interactions through both the comment section and our Discord server. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link. We do have a channel Discord since a little bit now. So feel free to drop in and say hi and ask questions and any of these sort of things. So going ahead, the one question, I mean, you're seeing this right now on screen, what I've got open here. The one question that has been asked of me a couple of times, why don't you have a press account? Well, so far there have been two reasons why I didn't have a press account. First of all, I like the game. And one reason I like the game is because it's challenging. And it's grinding out a ship for me is a challenge I enjoy, because it forces me to play ships that I probably otherwise wouldn't really be playing. And it forces me to, you know, learn how to deal with them, learn new ways of playing them, learn new strategies. And it's the anticipation. I mean, I'm an old man, so maybe you young kids with instant gratification today don't really get that. But it's the anticipation of saying, oh, I'm this close to unlocking this ship. That makes, that's great fun for me. So I didn't want to spoil that by just having literally everything unlocked. And I still don't want to spoil that. The second reason, and probably more important reason, is, well, you folk. Because one point that I've been kind of trying to make is that I'm a player. I'm a regular guy. I'm not affiliated with anybody. I am not sponsored by anybody or in other ways influenced by anybody. I play the game. I talk about the game. And if there's something I don't like about the game, then I'll talk about things that I don't really like in a reasonable and rational manner. But I will always give you my personal view as a player. So a lot of people in the past days have pointed me out towards the community program, and I've read through that a couple of times. And if you haven't yet, I'll just go through it quickly. So becoming a community contributor is, well, obviously you have to apply for it, and then Wargaming decides if they want you to be one or not. You can use their copyrighted things for making content, which basically is what I'm doing already, to be fair. And there's a lot of legal basics here, but you know, I'm German, if you haven't known already, and for us, these sort of things, you know, we take that seriously. Regulations are there to be understood and followed. So I've been going through that, and some of the encouraged behavior includes obviously things that I'm already doing. Like I'm having a regular upload schedule. I do that. I make content that can reach outside our core audience on occasion. I guess I do that as well. I'm engaged with my audience. Well, I try. I have to give constructive feedback. That's definitely something I'd be happy to. Respect other viewpoints. This is a point that I really like. Respect other viewpoints and debate topics with sufficient reasoning. I really don't mind disagreeing with people and talking to people who have opinions that differ from mine, as long as we're having a fact-based and polite and you know, reasonable conversation about it. I'm extremely wide in that range. There are very few things that I would say, no, I would not talk about this. Be help the game and community grow, obviously, and be a positive influence on the community. Well, again, this is something I'm trying to do. So this all sounds very good. So these are the things that Wargaming expects me to do. And obviously, the whole thing comes with a bunch of perks. So I would get this famed press account and some other things, like artwork and shenanigans that I can use. What Blitz merchandise sounds amazing, by the way. Wouldn't mind a fluffy torpedo. So yeah, press accounts, obviously all the things that come with it. And they obviously reserve the right to do from their side whatever they want. The enforcement obviously means that if you're not following the rules, then there will be repercussions. So what does this all mean in total? From how do I deal with, if I was going to do this, and this is the reason I'm making this video, a long-winded way of asking you, what do you all people think? So I have thought about this, and I've thought, okay, on the first point of me personally not really wanting to spoil the game for myself, the rule will be that if I am doing this, and if I get accepted, and if I get a press account, I will only ever use tech tree press account things for ships that I already have. So for example, if I have a tier 10 ship and I want to experiment around with different setups, rather than having to save up for the silver to do this all myself and sell and rebuy various modules, I could try this out on the press account. The second thing I would do on the press account would be to feature ships that premium ships that I don't have. So what you're not going to get from me on the press account is me playing the Yamato, unless I have actually unlocked her in my personal account, which I haven't. What you would get is things like me reviewing, say, the Missouri, which I don't have in my personal account, but I would be willing to play her a bit on the press account and, you know, get a feel for it and do an honest review on these things. So that would give us the benefit of me being able to review ships that I don't personally own, and at the same time guard myself against spoiling the game for me by just literally having everything unlocked anyway and just be like, meh, why would I even bother? So I'm still going to be grinding, just like everybody else, and I only use the tech tree, like I said, for, you know, investigation, research, playing around with things, but only on ships that I already have in my personal account. So that's the first one. The second part, the independence bit. So, I mean, let's be honest. Obviously, the expectation of Wargaming, by giving these perks and engaging with community contributors, is that for once we do honest feedback, and we're at some level, this is going to be as well a promotional matter, because our content that we produce promotes the game, which is good for Wargaming and which is good for us. So if I do this, and again, this is why I'm making this video, if I do this, if I apply for this, you absolutely have my word that my integrity comes first. So no matter what goes down, I will always give you my absolute honest opinion as a player. If that's something that at any point clashes with any of the rules, I'd rather stop doing it and go back to what I do now than you know, deceive or make untrue statements or promote things that I'm not convinced of myself, stuff like that. So that's the reason why I'm making this video, because I want to ask you. I want to ask you what you think. I know that a lot of you have asked me and said, hey, it would be great if you could become a community contributor. And I'm absolutely honored that you all think that. I'm very flattered as well. So thank you a lot for the encouragement. But I would like, you know, just to hear your mind and say and see what you think about it. So unless a large majority of you has absolute objections and said, no, Terry, don't do it, don't sell out, I'm not, then I will probably consider putting my application in for that. So yeah, that's it from the channel update. Things are not going to change. I'm still going to do two to three World of Warships videos a week. The reason I don't make more is because I don't have enough time to make more. You know, it takes a while to do all these things. I would love to do more, but I just don't. This is about between work and family and everything else. This is about as much time as I can get to record and edit and do all the things I do. And I will throw some other games in. Right? It's not an exclusive World of Warships channel. I have got a lot of ideas and plans of other things that I want to do. And I mean, you're getting the Bard's Tale already, and I've got more things in the pipeline that I'll be doing as well. So yeah, let me know what you think. And hope you all have a good weekend. We'll get back to our regular scheduled program on Monday with some World of Warships content. So that's it from me today. See you all. Bye bye.